Foolio, who just turned 26, was shot dead early this morning.
Alright, so this is the deadliest war in Jacksonville. Foolio versus Youngeen Ace. Alright, let's get to it.
Now, normally I talk about gang beefs within and around England. However, in this video, I'll be taking a deep dive into the ongoing tragic gang war within Jacksonville, Florida, which has claimed the lives of over a dozen people, with the war becoming deadly once again after the tragic death of Foolio, whose rap lyrics and words would come back to haunt him. Jacksonville is a large city within Florida, and is in fact the largest city by landmass within continental USA. The city is home to around 971,000 residents. However, what a lot of these residents are unaware of is the ongoing and dangerous gang war taking place within the streets of Jacksonville, with it becoming dangerous to be outside near the hoods that have become territory to each gang, with the gangs gaining mainstream success when rappers like Foolio and Youngeen Ace would start dropping violent diss songs towards each other, with these two rappers having been involved with a violent and deadly gang war within the streets that has spanned years, but has sadly resulted in dozens of deaths and other violent incidents within Jacksonville. Now, the gang war I'll be discussing is that of KTA versus ATK, which has gained recognition as it has become very dangerous. ATK is a street gang based around West Jacksonville. The gang shares the same territory as another clique known as Youngeen Gang. This set was repped by Youngeen Ace and his boys around the mid-2010s. However, ATK has become more prominent in recent years, with the name ATK being an acronym for Ace's Top Killers, Aim to Kill, and simply Attack. Another clique that rolls with ATK is known as NHG, or No Hospital Gang, with these two gangs sharing the same membership and beef. The ATK gang has actually been around for years, with the older generation of gangsters going by DMT, or the Money Team, before changing their name to NHG. Prominent members of ATK include Youngeen Ace, Queso, Fast Money Goon, and YBZ, with the gang gaining loads of attention in 2021 after dropping the extremely disrespectful track Who I Smoke. The ATK gang has beef with A Block, PYC, and most importantly, 6 Block from North Jacksonville, with this being the main beef I'll be discussing. Now, the 6 Block clique is a group of gangs based around the Hilltop Apartments in Moncrief 45th, Northside Jacksonville. This area is actually known to be extremely dangerous. Originally, the 6 Block gang was referred to as PCE, or Problem Child Ent, with a few older members from the area still repping the PCE gang. However, since then, the 6 Block gang has become more prominent. 6 Block actually shares some membership with A Block and 45th, with these gangs forming cliques and sharing the beef with ATK from West Jacksonville. It's also to note that in recent years, offshoot cliques and gangs have begun to emerge. An example of this would be WAWG within Northside Jacksonville, with prominent members of this set being La Croca, K Shorty, and Zabo Stunna. The WAWG gang also shares the same beef as 6 Block, but these offshoot cliques and gangs...
I honestly, bro, he's saying so much information right now, I can't keep up with it. We got 2 minutes left for the recording. Yeah, man, if you can break this down a little easier for me down in the comments, please do, because this is getting a little complicated.
Gangs can actually get confusing, so for simplicity's sake, I'll talk about the main bodies between KTA and ATK, and I'll refer to both sides of the beef as KTA versus ATK. Now, in recent years, members of 6 Block and nearby Y&R from Westside Jacksonville would link up and create an alliance, this being referred to as KTA, which is an acronym for Kill Them All. The KTA alliance includes the gangs 6 Block, Y&R, and Vontaland, and is the gang associated with popular rapper Julio Foolio, whilst the ATK alliance includes the gangs NHG, YG, Rollo Way, and Backstreet, and is the gang associated with Youngeen Ace. However, you may be confused as to why these two street gangs, based on completely different sides of Jacksonville, have a deadly rivalry. Now, the beef between ATK and KTA would begin around 2017, when a member of ATK known as Trey Shorty would be allegedly robbed by a Y&R member known as Tony Cho. Following this robbery, Trey Shorty would seek retaliation and would get the drop on a PCE, or KTA member's home. This member known as Zion, or TJ, which is an acronym for Tweaking Jit, with Zion even being the cousin of popular rapper Foolio. Anyways, Trey Shorty would gain access to Zion's house and would begin to shoot at anyone in sight. Zion would be gunned down within the house, as well as his 2 little sisters who were 9 years old and 16 years old at the time. Sadly, Zion would be pronounced dead on the scene, and his 2 sisters would luckily make a recovery and would identify Trey Shorty as the shooter in court. Trey Shorty would be arrested following the murder and would be charged and found guilty for the triple shooting, with him later being given life in prison. It was also alleged that Youngeen Ace had something to do with the murder. However, this isn't confirmed. Rest in peace, Zion. The death of Zion would affect KTA members, with it seriously affecting Foolio, who by this
That's
time
tough.
began to drop songs in the streets, with him previously getting active around 2013 and 2014, with Foolio even being shot by rivals at 15 years old, as a case of mistaken identity following the murder of a rival member. The death of Zion would actually explode the beef into a war, with both gangs seeking retaliation for their fallen friends, which is crazy as some 6 Block members and some ATK members actually used to chill with each other, with them often featuring in music videos before the beef would get heated. It would be during 2017 and the first few months of 2018 that members of KTA would be plotting to catch any ops from
The camera video finna go out, so we finna just watch it till it go out.
ATK, with them looking for any chance to kill. And it would be on the 5th of June 2018 that KTA members would find their retaliation, and Youngeen Ace would lose 3 friends in one night, and he would be shot 8 times. On the 5th of June 2018, 3 members of the Yungeen gang, including 23, Quan, and 4, as well as Youngeen Ace, would be celebrating the birthday of 23. Earlier on in the day, Youngeen Ace would be observed on Instagram Live with his 2 friends and brother, with the 4 ATK members documenting their day on Instagram. However, what they didn't know was that members of KTA would be watching closely and would be looking for any chance to get their retaliation. It would be on the night of the 5th of June 2018